Oh, hey there. Want to hear me talk about the Avengers? This should be a nice spot to do a little review. Ooh, might be a little bright up here. What's going on, guys? It's a beautiful day outside, and I thought I really want to shoot a video today. So I thought I would actually take this time to talk about Avengers Infinity War. It was, to be 100% honest, I went into it not thinking it was going to be bad, but not wanting to love it as much as I did. And the only reason is because, honestly, I'm tired of people comparing DC to Marvel. It's an unfair comparison. Marvel's been doing this for 10 years. That's kind of why I went into it with that, like, just so tired of everyone saying good things about Marvel, and that's like a horrible reason to not want to like something, because at the end of the day, if it's good, it's good. And Marvel, they do a great job. 10 years of just amazing, whether you liked some or didn't like the other, it doesn't really matter, because they've all done well in their own respect, and they've all had an audience, a very large audience. All of that to say, Avengers Infinity War is this, you know what? I actually wrote what I think is a really good review. I feel like this is like one of those, like, in the trailers, they play all like the different like quotes from different magazines or publications. I think if I worked for like Esquire, this is what mine would say. 10 years of world building culminated into a very fast-paced and epic explosion of dopeness. Eli Wilbur. Okay, I'm like squinting a lot. I can't. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that, guys. My eyes were burning and I couldn't do it. So we'll go inside, I'll put my stuff down, and we'll finish this. I know you don't like me in here, but you go outside? You potty? God, sometimes it's just a lot of work to like even get from my car into the house. It's just, sometimes I feel like maybe I bring too much stuff with me. Nah. It's impossible. Oh, God, I almost tripped. Okay, now just to set up my office. Oh, God. Yeah, this is just a mess. Yeah, this won't do. Alright, well. That's a little bit better. If you watch my vlog, you might know this office is like always changing. From when I first started this YouTube channel, I've never had like a consistent set. It is my dream to eventually have something that is done as a complete vlogging set. One day, man. That is among the many things I'd eventually like to do. Please excuse the craziness of this room. Finally, office is clean. Don't have blindness happening to my eyes. Finish this review of Avengers Infinity War. Oh, you know what? I want to work in this. I should change to something a little bit more on topic, maybe? That is so much better. Okay. I am excited, guys, because I haven't done a proper comic book movie review, honestly, in a long time. I kind of left the whole movie TV show review thing behind, and it wasn't out of disinterest. It's a lot of work. Okay, I'm going to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy, so I need to find all the Guardians of the Galaxy clips, this and that. I know, it's probably silly, it's probably ridiculous. With all that said, I actually do love talking about this stuff. Oh my God, look how my face looks huge. What was I saying? I love talking about this stuff. If I had to pick my favorite things to talk about, movies and comic books and TV shows are definitely like as a whole, it's my favorite thing to talk about, and how it makes me feel and how it makes me react. But I'm gonna really try to do some more reviews at the very least, I want to get started. I want to address some spoilers. If you've seen this movie, please watch this and comment and engage. If you haven't seen the movie, maybe not watch this. Go watch the Avengers and then come back and let's engage. I think there's some things I want to talk about that I feel like I would get in trouble if I don't say that there's going to be some spoilers. I have to just reiterate, Marvel's been doing this for 10 years. Iron Man came out in 2008. But it's just interesting when you think back on when you first saw that movie and how much things have just changed, and you watch the progression of these films. It's kind of amazing. And to think about all the world building that they've done in those 10 years, to take that concept and spread it over a 10-year period. And they're not done, guys. No matter what happens, they're going to keep going. To me, it's so special about Avengers Infinity War is you see those 10 years come together. You've built these intricate characters and relationships and plot lines and things that affect that world in certain ways. They've just done such a great job at that. And it's really just it's such a treat to kind of watch it all come together. This last phase of Marvel movies with Civil War, Black Panther, Spider-Man. It's like a giant chessboard, and the pieces have all moved from each movie, and by the end of Thor Ragnarok, all of the pieces are just kind of placed in certain places that make sense for Avengers Infinity War. And you really have to give it to Kevin Feige, directors, the Russo brothers, everyone involved, the writers, and again, the 10 years worth of production teams that have done that, built that world, and built this back and forth between the characters and story plot lines, and just it's done so well. And that's careful planning, that's listening to their audience, that's paying attention to the source material. So let's talk about just how much we got set up for Avengers Infinity War. Well, let's talk about the opening of... Have I been saying Star Wars this whole time? I really hope I haven't been saying Star Wars this whole time. For some reason, I wanted to say Star Wars just now. Avengers Infinity War opens where Thor Ragnarok ends. And that is really important. If you've kind of seen some of the memes that say how to prepare for Avengers Infinity War and which movies to watch in chronological order, a lot of those leave Black Panther for the end. I would put Thor Ragnarok at the end. Thor Ragnarok, the way it ends, is picked up right at the beginning, which had me disoriented. Hopefully, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, but it's really important to understand that those movies just go right into each other. And that's really, I think, the first time we've seen that happen. So it only makes sense that it's going to just pick up and bring you right into it. And it kind of has to. We spent those 10 years building Thor and Captain America and Iron Man, and nobody wants to go in to an Avengers movie and watch more setup. You gotta go right into it. Guardians of the Galaxy gave us a really great backstory and at least kind of, all right, now we know who Thanos is. We know that he's a character in this universe and known by some of the characters. Age of Ultron really kind of dove more into the Infinity Stones and little concepts, little building points, just slowly feeding into this movie. Now I'm going to get into some spoilers. And let's talk about deaths. There's a lot of deaths in this film. Marvel is known for fake deaths, which I really hate. But the Russo brothers said that there was going to be some hard deaths in this movie. Well, there's 2 to 3, maybe 4, I would wager are permanent. I don't know. There is a part 2 to this film, which will come out next year. They might all come back, but there are at least 4 that, in my opinion, would be more impactful and would make the film a better film if they stayed dead. Just let it die. End of this movie, there's some deaths. Those I think are going to be undone. I think that was a way to... The Empire Strikes Back it. This is the big loss for the Avengers, for the heroes. And there's a moment. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say who is between. So don't get mad because I told you there were spoilers. Tony and Peter Parker. Heart-wrenching scene. You know that it's... Okay, it's not going to stick. But... it gets you right here. It gets you right in the feels. That's definitely something that I went into Infinity War kind of expecting was, all right, we're going to see some death. That was kind of the speculation, who's going to die? And I feel like that's not the end of permanent deaths. I think the end of the part 2, we're going to lose one or more of the big 4. Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, and the Hulk. They're all on the chopping block. There's so much. I loved that We got to see all these characters interact. Sometimes it was a little fast, and sometimes it was like, oh god, like they're jumping around a lot. But, you know, you only have so much time, and you have so much to pack in. You have so many characters. That was my favorite part about this movie. There was no main character. That you never feel like this is one person's movie. Avengers, you definitely felt like that was Tony Stark's movie. Iron Man was still a big part, and he has a character arc throughout when you have Doctor Strange, Star-Lord, and Iron Man all together. And it's, you know, they're the most arrogant, stubborn, leader-type characters all together, and they just kind of hate each other. And it was so entertaining to watch. And to see Thor and Rocket Raccoon form a relationship. If I had to pick the MVP of Avengers Infinity War, I have to name Thor. After everything he went through in Thor Ragnarok, he needed to have a character arc in this film more than anyone. If he is on the chopping block for the next film, he needed kind of a final character arc. He has a mission in this film, and it's his own mission. No one tells him to do it. There is a really great cameo appearance by Peter Dinklage, which people have speculated which character he's going to be. I will tell you this. He is not one of Thanos' Black Order, I think they're called. You will know who he is in this movie when you see him. Speaking of great cameos and unexpected characters, there's another really wonderful cameo that I think people will, if you haven't seen the film yet, I think you'll really be excited. If you've gotten this far into the video, let's just assume you've seen the movie. That appearance by Red Skull, oh my god, finally! A villain that's not dead in the Marvel Universe. I want to see a villain team up. I want to see Secret Wars, and I feel like the Russo brothers, they're planting seeds for that. But I really think that they have that in their minds. I really do. Hands down say that this Iron Man armor is the best armor in the whole series of films. Has me definitely thinking that this is it for Iron Man. Like, if you can't top a certain suit, like, that's when you know that's it. Like, there's no more Iron Man suits coming. And I think this is a hint. Thor, as I said, is he's wrapped up. By the end of Infinity War, Thor's story is mostly over. Captain America. I think Captain America definitely has potential to end in the next movie. His storyline has definitely come to a point where you're like, what else can you do with this character? And you get to a point where it's like, all right, like, end it before you get to that point where you're just, you know, pulling threads. Give it a nice ending. The final candidate for death is the Hulk. He's had a very interesting storyline throughout. Now, the Incredible Hulk was heartbreaking when you think about it, that Mark Ruffalo didn't get to be the Hulk in that movie. I wish he had. I think it would have felt like a more complete story if he had played the Hulk in the first introduction to that character in this universe. He's a great Hulk. I love Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. He's a great Bruce Banner. He can't Hulk. He does not Hulk out throughout this whole movie. So all the trailers that we've seen the Hulk in, absolute horse shit, which is kind of cool. Oh, you thought you were going to see the Hulk? Well, guess what? We're not going to show the Hulk because that would be too easy. The Hulk has been that character, that he's the ultimate weapon for the Avengers, other than Thor. If Thor's not there, it's the Hulk. If the Hulk's not there, it's Thor. He's interacting with the Hulk throughout the movie. Every time he tries to Hulk out and rage out, the Hulk's like, no! Like, you see him. Bruce Banner's like, what do you mean no? Like, we need you. I have a theory. I think it's definitely in the cards that we're going to see in part 2. They are finally going to really interact. Maybe the Mind Stone or the Reality Stone is going to create some kind of actual confrontation scene. I think would be amazing. I think we need that. We couldn't do in a standalone anyway, so it's great that they're doing it this way, that they're giving him a story arc throughout other people's movies. I think what we'll find out is that what happened on the ship with Thanos, when Thanos came and took out the Asgardian refugees, I think that scared the Hulk. That was the first time the Hulk was helpless. And I think he is scared of Thanos. I think he's scared of what is happening. I think also he had so much control on that planet in Thor Ragnarok. He was top dog. He was in charge. Losing to Thanos, I think that really messed with the Hulk. And I'm excited to see that. I would imagine that that's how we're going to see some victory from the Avengers, is we finally get the Hulk back. Or we lose the Hulk completely. With those Infinity Gems, who knows? There's probably a way to separate the two, which they've done in the comic books. I'd actually really kind of like to see that. Maybe Bruce Banner sticks around the Marvel Universe as kind of a mentor character. That would be kind of cool. Especially if we're going to keep seeing Spider-Man movies and with the potential of Tony Stark or Robert Downey Jr. leaving the franchise, we're going to need more science bros. And there's always room for more. I mean, with Fantastic Four potentially existing in this reality, you have Dr. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, a huge candidate for science bro status. Beast, if you bring the X-Men into this, oh my god, you could have Beast, Spider-Man, Bruce Banner. I mean, it'd be awesome if they kept Tony Stark, but you've got all these cool science bros. Like, that would, the scientists of the Marvel Universe just making, I don't know, science. As far as the characters who are on the chopping block, like, that's who I think one or more of them, if not all of them, are going to die. As far as the characters who died at the end of the movie, I don't want to talk too much about it just in case somebody like accidentally clicks on this and skips this part and happens. I don't want to talk about it because I think that's a huge spoiler that I wouldn't want ruined for myself, even if it's on accident. But this is actually kind of Laura's speculation as well. She was the one who kind of mentioned it, and I agree. By the way, I did not like Doctor Strange. I liked the concepts behind it. I liked the effects. I liked how beautiful of a movie it was. Character development wise, sucked. I don't know. It just really bothered me. The concepts introduced in it, really interesting. And I think those concepts will play a major part in part 2. Doctor Strange knew that this was all going to happen, which he did. Like, he says that he saw a million different, he went into the future and saw like 14,000 possibilities and only one in which they win. Right before the big twist, the big kind of cliffhanger ending happens, Doctor Strange looks at Iron Man and says, this was the only way, because there's only one way that they can win. He saw that, he told him that, and I think that might be a hint. I think that's going to hopefully play out in part 2. Either we saw that scene in Doctor Strange with the Dormammu. That was a great scene, and it was just, constantly over and over and over again. I think we're going to see something like that. That's going to be the big payoff from Doctor Strange. The other possibility is that the Soul Stone is what actually, okay, I guess I kind of have to say some things. When everyone disappears, we'll just put it at that. I don't think they're dead. I think that they're all in the Soul Stone, which could potentially mean Secret Wars. You're thinking, just let go. Secret Wars, it's never going to happen. I think it's a possibility that is how a Secret War film could happen. Secret Wars is this concept that some, omnipotent being takes Earth's mightiest Avengers and X-Men and all the heroes and all of their deadliest foes, puts them on a planet and pits them against each other. That could potentially be a Soul Stone thing. That could be a cool, interesting twist, and I think it's a possibility. Probably not going to happen. I think that would just be a huge can of worms that they probably wouldn't be able to get themselves out of. It'd be interesting. It'd be really cool, but probably not. Please let me know what you thought. If you've seen the film, what did you think? Let me know down in the comments below. Don't be a I take it back. Don't post your theories. However you do it, don't be a That's all I ask. I can't do a spoiler-free video. What's the point of doing a review without spoilers? Like, you can't, I don't think you can properly review a film without giving spoilers. It's really hard. Anyway, overall, loved it. Did I have some problems with it? Yes, I have a problem with every film in the world. There's little things that just bug me, but with all that said, guys, I don't know how I'm going to edit all this. This one clip is 21 minutes, and I have other clips that I don't even know. I enjoyed talking about it. I hope you enjoyed listening. Please, if you liked this video, like it, hit that thumbs up, subscribe. The bell, I don't know what side of, I think it's on that side or that side. In the corner of the bell, hit that, get notifications and know when my next video's up. I'm going to try to do more of these. Just don't expect like pictures and clips and things like that. I'm just going to talk, and I hope you like it. That's what I enjoy doing. That's the part of this that is my favorite part, and so I'm just going to do that. Anyway, that's it. That's all I've got. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.